Hey guys and gals, welcome back to Gear and Guitars with Mel as usual. I am Mel, and today we're having a little nostalgia. We're going to visit with Mrs. Wolf here. So if you go back, you'll see that I had bought this from All-in-One Guitar. This is the Wolf WLP 750T. And you know, it was a great guitar. I made a little comment about the pickups, but you got to keep in mind, I'm picky about my tone, and it might not be something that anybody else even hears. It might just be in my head, but you know, you got to spend the time looking for the sound you want. That being said, the timbers on this guitar, killer. The neck is dang nice. I almost said something else, but you know, it's a beautiful axe. So I just decided to make a couple of changes just for my own haha and happy, right? So we modded it up. We got some hip shot tuners in there. Look at those. Oh yeah. And it's cool because the hip shots come with those brackets here, so you actually don't have to re-drill anything. I'm a big fan of that. I saw another brand do that a while back. I was pretty impressed with it. But they look good. And they're, you know, they're the open back lockers. I mean, ever since I found them, they're amazing. I changed the hardware out, if you can take a look-see there. So if you see, the hardware is silver. It used to be gold. This was gold with black plastics originally. I'll throw some pictures up. We got some nice reflector knobs on there. And I also decided that, you know what, I don't feel like wiring. And I love checking out people that do, you know, mods and stuff like that, especially on eBay. There's a lot of cats out there selling wire up kits or all kinds of stuff, you know. So I actually got a hold of Shot Valve Guitars on eBay, and I ordered the Jimmy Page 21 tone kit. Now, I'm not going to go through all those tones to demo this. It's a lot. And that's not usually my thing. Usually I like stuff kind of straight up. As a matter of fact, I'm redoing on the PRS, and I took the push-pull pot out of it because I just want straight up 50s wiring. But I figured this thing is really nice, you know what I mean? And I have a penchant. I love the, I don't know if any of you've ever seen them. I'll try and find a good picture of a similar one, throw it up. The Les Paul Elegant. I'm a big fan of that. And somebody on my Instagram or on my Facebook even pointed out, like, you know, that looks a lot like a Les Paul Elegant. And I'm like, yeah, you know, especially with the, you know, the abalone inlays and stuff like that. But it does, and that's what I was going for. I'm never going to be able to afford one of those. And even if I could afford one of those, I'd probably buy 4 or 5 guitars instead of that one. But I like, you know, I can get the image of it. You know, I mean, when you look at them, it's just how it looks that makes you think, oh, that's great. And this top is, I mean, it's beautiful. Come on, look at that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. So, you know, I like to tinker. That's known about me. It's what we do. These are a set of Guitar Madness, also an eBay seller that knows their stuff. Really good pickups. I've bought a lot of pickups from them over the years, and they've been in and out of customer guitars. Like I'm a big fan of them. But these are the 57 Specials, and they are Alnico 2, but they're not the overwound craziness that like Slash's Alnico 2s are or anything like that. You're talking 7.5K ohm in the neck, and like 8.5 or 8 and 4. You know what I mean? Very vintage, and they sound really good. Guitar Madness. I mean, I don't know them personally. I just buy their stuff. But if they had an affiliate like sponsor thing, I'd ask for it, because I've used as much of their stuff as I have Guitar Fetish. Now I don't mess around with Guitar Fetish a lot anymore. I've gone through a lot of their stuff, you know what I mean? It's had to move on. Not the biggest fan of Dragonfire. They're good, but they're good with the super high output stuff, and they sound really good, but I like old school vintage type stuff. So yeah, man, Guitar Madness, you should check them out. And then I was like, you know what? How can we make it good? You know, so we put the ABR one on there. But obviously, you know, it's a Nashville. It's got the posts, you know, but just to give it the look, you know what I mean? It's this is great. I'm real happy with it. Now, like I said, I wasn't talking smack about Wolf guitars. They're great. I mean, they're great. And for the money, it's out of control. Like $4.5 for something that's easily on par with an Epiphone. Some people would argue better than. They both have their pluses, you know what I mean? But I can't help it. I like to tinker. I like to find sounds that I like, that in my head nobody else has exactly. You know, I went and picked these parts and I play it this way, I put it in this guitar, and other people might have something close, but this is mine. I'm a big proponent of doing that. It's another excuse for gas, and it's another excuse for never not playing guitar. So yeah, let's check out some tones. Like I said, I am not going to go through the entire gambit of the tones of this thing. I mean, you're talking about all of the push, pull pots. You know, I should have got some with push pots. That would have been fancy dancy. So, I gotta be honest. I wasn't sure when I bought this if I was gonna keep it. It was a really nice guitar, but you gotta understand, I have a pretty extensive, I mean, you know, I don't have a collection like the rock stars of old, but I have a fair amount of guitars. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it. I have some that I put before it, some that were my number one, my number two, and my number three, things like that. But now, that is not the case. This guitar is everything I want. Low output pickups, as PAFE as you're gonna get, but they're clear, they sound good, and they push like humbuckers, just not big fat fatty super overwound humbuckers, and that's what I like. I like the clarity to come through. That's why I'm a Klon fan. That's why I like the Blues Driver, things like that. So yeah, now, well, I mean, it has incredible tuning stability. The neck is great. The frets are, this is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I mean, I'm kind of fanboy over this guitar. I'm very happy with how it came out. And, you know, I like to mod stuff. I like to get things the way I want them. And I encourage anybody who's watching this to do the same thing, man. If you don't, you know, you got yourself a sweet Gibson Les Paul standard and you don't do any guitar work, no, you're not going to want to go digging into that. But you can go get yourself something pretty affordable and get some pickups of the same. You know, you're not trying to build the most amazing guitar in the world. Just start off with just building a guitar, get a kit. You know what I mean? Change out some pickups. And nowadays, I mean, there's so many solderless options. Solderless. Not because I'm lazy, because that's what he had, you know, and it's awesome. Everything works. You know, you just hook your pickups up, hook your switch up, and run the jack out, and you're rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? It's, I guess what I'm saying is, don't get afraid to get your hands dirty. Get in there. If you have a guitar that you're like, man, I dig that guitar so much, but it's only like 85% there for me. Identify what that 15% is and change it to the way you want it. Everything on one of these, this is a very modular instrument, with the exception of swapping over necks, and just doesn't weigh much either, which is pretty awesome. You don't like your pickups, change them. You don't like your knobs, get new ones. You can't stand your bridge, your tuners, whatever. You know what I mean? Everything but the timbre, you can change, man. I mean, you can change the timbre too, but no. Don't be afraid to get in there and mix it up. Hope you guys dug what I did to my situation here. Just throwing this up so you guys can see what I do when I'm left to my own devices. Thanks for checking out Gear and Guitars with Mel. As usual, I am Mel, and as always, I got some more stuff coming up for you guys pretty soon. All right?